Good evening, dear ladies. We are in a Chanukah gathering for women, Bezrat Hashem. We would like to bless that we will all have the zchut to greet Mashiach tzidkenu barachamim umurim b'mehera b'yameinu, amen. Eliyahu Navi, Eliyahu Tishbi, Eliyahu Giladi, b'mehera Mashiach David, Eliyahu Navi Zachur Latov. We all have the zchut to see the building of Beit HaMikdash השלישי במהרה בימינו, amen. כי אין בה נראו בשבת מציון. אתה תקום תרחם ציון, כי עת לחננה כי בא מועד. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש ימינו כקדם. And we all have the zchut to go to the land of Israel on the wings of eagle, and when we all have part in ארץ ישראל. בשם השם נעשה ונצליח, אין עוד מלבדו, השם שפתיי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. And בסייעתא דשמיא, everything that we do is לשם כל ישראל. And this is לעילוי נשמת everybody that we mentioned, and also לעילוי נשמת רומן שלום בן מנחם הנולד מרחל נדיה, עליו השלום, תהי נשמתו צרורה בצרור החיים. Girls, if you move your chairs just so I can see all of you. Okay, I'm sorry, but so I can see all of you. Dear ladies, we are in Chanukah, and I want you to know that the light that was concealed by Hashem in the first day of creation is in the candles of Chanukah. You see the candles of Chanukah, Bezrat Hashem? Looking at the light, Hashem bestows upon us the light of the hidden light that Hashem concealed on the first day of creation. And this light was for 36 hours, exactly the amount of candles without the shamash. 36, Lamed Vav, 36 is the 36 righteous people that in their merit the world is still standing here. It still exists. We have 36, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says in Israel, 36 we have B'siyata Dishmeh outside the land of Israel. Together it's 72. 72 is by the 72 names of Hashem. When Hashem opened, split the sea for the children of Israel, B'siyata Dishmeh, Vayisa, Vayavo, Vayet, it's in the secrets of the 72 names. Dear ladies, 72 is Chesed, Olam Chesed Ibaneh, that the world is standing on the mercy and the charity that we show for each other. Literally, on the mercy that we show for each other. So, dear ladies, this light, that first human being, Adam, could see from the beginning to the world until the end, all of the generations that are going to come to this world, all of them, he could see them from the beginning to the end. And this was 36, 12 hours of Erev Shabbat, the eve of Shabbat, 12 hours of the night of Shabbat, and 12 hours of the day of Shabbat. Together it's 36. And this light, we just need to sit down and to look at the candles, to look at the menorah, and to look at the light and ask from Hashem that He will bestow this light upon us. Because this light that was hidden, a small portion of it is in the sun, a small portion of it is in the Torah, and a small portion is in the candles of Chanukah. So, Bezrat Hashem, what do we need? We need from Hashem, Bezrat Hashem, that He will open all of the gates of heaven, and that we will have Malchut Shamayim, the kingdom of heaven, and we will have the kingdom of King David, and we will have the temple built, and then there's no suffering anymore. And everybody will be happy. We will be satisfied with everything that we have. We can be happy for others. You know, it says there's a song that we sing it together, and today we're also going to dance with this song. Machshavot tovot, to have good thoughts. Diburim tovim, to have good speech. And besiyata dishmeh bsorot tovot, good news. And how can we have good thoughts, good speech, and Bezrat Hashem, good news? By having a good eye. That's why the two mitzvot, the two commandments that we have on Chanukah is to light the menorah in order to see the light with our eyes and to fix everything that we think that we see and we judge people not in a good way. To fix that, to remember that Hashem is upon us. We are only visitors in this world, coming and going out, and b'siyata dishmaya, and to remember that the way we judge others is the way we are judged. We are judging ourselves. Nobody judges us. We are judging ourselves. So this is lighting the menorah and saying the praise of Hashem. So I want you to know that B'siyata Dishmaya Avraham Avinu, of 3 forefathers, he fixed the measure of chesed in the counts of Kabbalah, because there are 3 measures over here, that this is the head, Gimel Rishonot. Okay, we have the crown, we have wisdom, we have understanding, but all of these 7 measures we came to fix. So Avraham Avinu, by giving us Shacharit, he already, and by opening his home and teaching us what is chesed, B'siyata Dishmaya, fixed the measure of chesed. Yitzchak Avinu, that was in the measure of judgment, fixed the measure of judgment. Yaakov Avinu, which is he combined both of them, which is mercy, rachamim. He is the one, tiferet, glory. He is the one that fixed the tiferet. Know that then the 2 ties that we have, you remember that Yaakov Avinu was fighting with the angel, and the angel was the minister of Esav, and he is the evil inclination, and he touched his thigh. So what did he cause? He caused a damage in the thigh for all of the generations in the measure of Netzach, which is eternity, and in the measure of Hod. Hod is glory. So dear ladies, he touched both of them. Shmuel the prophet fixed Netzach. How did he fix Netzach? We see that in Shmuel, in the prophet Shmuel, it's written, "V'netzach Yisrael lo yishaker," and the eternity of the children of Israel will not be a lie, which means Hashem blessed us for eternity. But Hod, the Hashmonaim fixed it only for 8 days. The Hod, the glory, only for 8 days. We are still in the measure of Dava. Hod, Hey, Vav, Daled. Dava is the same letters, but in a different combination. The same letters. What does it mean, Dava? Dava is sorrow and sadness. We came to fix the measure of Hod. Once the measure of Hod, of glory, of praising Hashem, is fixed, then the Siyata Dishmaya Mashiach can be revealed. What is the measure of Hod? How do we fix it? One of lessons I told you, the previous lessons, you know, when does Hashem know that we truly love Him? When does Hashem know that we truly love Him? When does Hashem know that we truly have bitachon, confidence in Him, true emunah? Please see whose phone it is.
No, this is for shul.
Okay, it's for the shul. It's not anyone's. Okay, so dear ladies, how does Hashem know? Only when we have challenges. Et asher yohav Hashem yochiach. He who Hashem loves, He gives him challenges. So when we are inside the challenge, this and know that Hashem gives us angels to help us with a challenge. He also made the cure before the challenge. But the more we have confidence in Him, then the quicker we'll see the light. So the light is concealed, but the more we have confidence in Hashem, the quicker we see the light. So what happens when we are in the challenge? Rabbi Nachman Breslov says about this a beautiful thing. How do you know that you are fixing the measure of Hod? When you are sad. You have to look during the day how many times you are sad and how many times you are happy. Happy means that we are grateful to Hashem for everything He made for us, everything He gave us. And sadness means that we are not grateful. We are not happy with the measures that He measures for us. So by fixing the Hod, fixing the praise of Hashem, is by saying thank you to Hashem for every measure that He measures for us that is good, because then everybody says thank you to Hashem, but also for the measures that He measures for us and gives us challenges that are not so easy to handle. So when we are in the challenge and we praise the name of Hashem, and look what the Arizal says. He says like this: when we say Todah, thank you to Hashem, look how beautiful it is. Once I showed you this. We can say Todah. You remember we used to count 26 times Todah. Thank you. Todah in Hebrew is thank you. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 26 times parallel to the name of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. Parallel to the name of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. If I take numerical value of Todah in Hebrew, Taf is 400, Vav is 6, Dalet is 4, and Hey is 5. Together it's 415. Plus I'm going to add to it the name of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei, 26. How much is it together? 441, which is emet, truth. Understand? This is clinging to Hashem. This is truth. By saying Todah every day, counting it 26 times, what we are doing is 26 times, Todah, 26 times, as the numerical value of Todah is 415, plus 26, which is the name of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei, is 441. 441, dear ladies, is Emet. Aleph is 1, Mem is 40, Taf is 400, 441. And Emet is the seal of Hashem. By doing this, we are saying Hashem's judgment is true, which means we are accepting all of His judgment with love. And by this, we are fixing the measure of Hod B'siyata Dishma, the measure of praising Hashem. So we know that today almost every family has somebody who goes out of the way, goes off the way, and not always stays with the Torah and observant B'siyata Dishma. Know that the Chanukah candles can help us a lot. It says about that Momi Slonim that wrote Beit Avraham, the book of Beit Avraham. He says by his father that one day his father was walking in the street, and one woman came to him and she said, please, Rebbe, please help me, my daughter. Shh. My daughter, she says, my daughter went off the way. She went to yeshiva. She used to be observant, and now I can't recognize my daughter. So he told her to take a small cloth from the clothing that she wore, not one that is already mechubas, not one that is washed, but the one that she wore, to make small wicks and to put it inside when she lights the candles of Shabbat and Chanukah. To put it inside and light with this the candle. Dear ladies, it says this is by the same thing was with the Baal Shem Tov. So by lighting the candles, it says it's a segula to sit down next to it and to read Bereshit. Bereshit bara Elokim until Asher bara Elokim la'asot. It's 35, the whole creation, 7 days until the end. It's including the first verse of chapter 2 in Bereshit. Read all of this. Then read 3 times chapter 39, 3 times in Tehillim, chapter 39, and ask from Hashem that they will do tshuva, while the wicks are from their clothing. And B'siyata Dishmaya, you will see, and why especially on Chanukah, and why especially on Chanukah, why especially on Chanukah? Because look, the candles of Shabbat and the candles of Chanukah, both of them are very powerful. The candles of Shabbat are inside the home, which means it's in order to fix the internal part of a person. But the candles of Chanukah we put outside in order to publicize the miracle, in order to lighten the darkness. We can do it the whole year to lighten the darkness by coming to a Shiur Torah. Once a week, every Monday over here in the Georgian Shul, 7:30, Shiur Torah. By coming, Hashem, because it's darkness, it's night, Hashem takes a string of light, of chesed, of mercy, and puts around us. It's a circle of energy that goes with us for the whole week. Everybody that comes in contact with us also is influenced from this. By studying together Torah, B'siyata Dishmaya. So we take a chut of chesed, a string of mercy upon us and everybody that we meet, and Klal Yisrael, the whole world. So know that by lighting the darkness, and you know, dear ladies, we are the shamash of the house. We are all ladies, dear ladies, are the shamash. Why? Because we are the ones that light the candle. We kindle the hearts of our children, our husbands. We are the ones that are high priests in the home. We are the essence of the house. We are the ones that take care of the food, the laundry, everything inside the house. We take care of the children, that they will go to yeshiva. When they come back on Shabbat, when they sit around the table, to ask them divrei Torah in order that they will be encouraged to say Dvar Torah, to study B'siyata Dishma. We sit down and sing songs for Shabbat. By this we soften the judgment. Can you imagine, by singing Zmirot Shel Shabbat, It softens the judgment, the word of Torah around the table, not only the judgment from us, but from the whole world. By doing this, by doing the action of singing to Hashem, praising the name of Hashem, praising the Shabbat that comes in, and B'siyata Dishmaya, all of this softens all of the judgments. So by putting the light outside, this is the external part of a human being. We are lighting ourselves in order that we won't drown in nature and think that everything is coincidence, because there's no coincidence in the world. Everything is by the divine presence that is upon each and every one of us. So, dear ladies, this is one. Second thing, we can ask Chanukah Geld. All of us can ask Chanukah Geld from Hashem, which means the coins, we give tzedakah on Chanukah. And why do we give tzedakah? סיגה, את רוצה לעבור קצת לכאן, שהם יוכלו לראות אותי? לא, תשאירי את זה, רק את תעברי לכאן.
לא, כי את כל הזמן זזה, אז
אני עומדת פה. Okay, I won't move so you can see me. Okay, I want to explain something. Why do we give Chanukah Geld? It says a big mitzvah to give tzedakah on Chanukah. And why? Because by this we complete the name of Mashiach. We bring Mashiach closer. Why? Because we know on the right side of the door, on the entrance, on the right side there's the mezuzah, on the left side there's the Chanukah. Well, I'm standing on the right place. So on the left side there's the Chanukah. So we know that in Hebrew, right is Yamin, and mezuzah, it starts with a mem. So we have yud and mem, because Yamin, right, starts with a yud, and mezuzah starts with a mem. And then left is small, starts with a shin, and Chanukah starts with a chet. So we have yud and mem, and we have shin and chet. Together it's Mashiach, mamash Mashiach. But the problem is that there's the entrance in between where the mezuzah is and the Chanukah, there's a space, an empty space. How do we make it closer? How do we put it once next? How do we put it one next to the other? By giving tzedakah. When we have a knock on the door and we open the door and we give the tzedakah, first we complete the name of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. Because the coin that we have to give as tzedakah is the yod of Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. The hey, the first hey is our fingers, because hey numerical value is 5. This is 5 fingers. It's the hey. Then the vav is the arm, and another person who puts his hand, opens his hands. It's the nada hey. It's Yud Kei Vav Kei. But by giving the tzedakah v'siyata d'ishmaya, we put the yud of right, of yamin, and the mezuzah that is on the right side, and on the left side, which is starts with a shin, and the Chanukah with a chet, we make the name of Mashiach closer, and by this we bring Mashiach closer. So this is a big thing to do that. So how do we ask Bezrat Hashem for Chanukah Geld? So this is a tzedakah. We give our children Chanukah Geld. And I said in the shiurim that I know there are different customs about this, and I know a family that the father gives by the kapitel, by the chapter of the Tehillim, Perek Tehillim that they say. Like, for example, if the child is 6 years old and his kapitel is 7, because you read the next year, 7, so he gives him $7. If the child is 1 year old and his brother reads for him his Bezrat Hashem kapitel, his perek, so he gives him $2. So each one by the chapters of Tehillim that they need to say.
It's more cheaper.
Baruch Hashem. This is economically right. Mivchina economic, good. So now, dear ladies, what does it mean that we ask? Because Hashem gave us a mitzvah to give tzedakah, to give Chanukah Geld on Chanukah, so we can ask from Hashem, because Hashem does mitzvot too. So we can ask from Hashem Chanukah Geld. And each and every one of us exactly what we need. First, Mashiach. In Klal Israel, first we ask for Mashiach. Then we ask for the Eliyahu, the prophet that will come and announce that Mashiach is here. We ask for the building of Beit HaMikdash and the Siyata Dishma to be in the land of Israel, Bezrat Hashem, on the wings of eagle, and we all have part in Eretz Israel. And then any Chanukah Geld that you need, if it's zivugim, if it's marriage, refuah shlema, good parnasa, livelihood, righteous children, this is Chanukah Geld. So we can ask from Hashem on Chanukah for Chanukah Geld. So may Hashem Bezrat Hashem enlighten all of us and kindle our hearts and our souls that we will do the will of Hashem the way He wants us to do. And that we will always praise the name of Hashem and mention all of His miracles, Bezrat Hashem. And we'll remember that it's a miracle that we wake up in the morning. Nothing is obvious. Siyata Dishmaya. Happy Chanukah for everyone, Bezrat Hashem, and we will all be zochet to greet Mashiach tzidkenu ברחמים ומרים במהרה בימינו אמן, אליהו הנביא זכור לטוב. עולם יפרד אדם מחברו בגלל החי יחיד ורבים הלכה כרבים.